are. She's not.
Don't tell me you don't care who I am. I'm Vince McMahon. You gotta care who I am.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we're here at the locker room. This is Toxic Reign Scandal. We're going to talk about Vince McMahon cleared of charges. Why Vince McMahon can't be beaten. We're going to talk about the whole recent news involving Vince McMahon. You guys get the likes of this. We come into the locker room. We are about to answer dirty laundry on this one involving Vince McMahon. This man's like he's untouchable. But we'll talk about it. Now, the lawyer that's representing Vince McMahon, he stated in the New York Post that the lawyer that's representing him saying that he told them that the federal prosecutors in Manhattan had dropped their criminal investigation against him. Vince McMahon was being investigated for allegedly attempting to cover up multiple allegations of you-know-what. Now, on Monday, the U.S. Second Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that McMahon's lawyer was wrong to withhold more than 200 pages of documents related to the case. Unless there was an appeal to the Supreme Court, McMahon's team will have to submit those documents to a grand jury. However, McMahon's lawyer named Robert W. Allen told the Post that the court ruling is immaterial because the case against Vince McMahon has been closed. This is simply a result of an appeal of a procedural matter that was argued 5 months ago. McMahon's lawyer, Robert W. Allen, told the Post they've been in consistent communication with the government since the time, and I understand that the investigation has definitely concluded and there will not result in any charges. Now, he was being investigated for attempt to hide allegations of you-know-what of 2 former female employees that he paid $10.5 million in hush money to stay quiet. On Friday, a group of appeals judges considered whether McMahon broke the law by hiding the allegations. The decision made by a Second Circuit Court of Appeals suggests that the case is still active. However, Allen stressed that the prosecutors ended the probe without asking the grand jury to bring the indictment against McMahon. The apparent decision by prosecutors to drop the case against McMahon is despite a federal judge ruling in June 2024 that the government established probable cause to believe McMahon, the former lawyer, broke the law and evidence. Now, it says here that McMahon he's still facing civil charges related to the SA allegations by Janel Grant, a former WWE employee. So the whole stuff with Janel Grant is not over. And we know that we've seen Vince McMahon. He was seen at the Super Bowl. We know that he recently he had to pay the $1.7 million in hush money. Remember, this was back a month ago. That was for failing to disclose settlements. Now, he made an agreement with the SEC, and he made that agreement, and he repaid back WWE. Now, he had to pay a $400,000 civil penalty and reimburse WWE $1.3 million, altogether $1.7. But we know that Vince McMahon, since that's happened, we seen him in there. We knew it was a sign that he was going to be cleared of something. Now, it says here that the Department of Justice requests a 6-month pause in Grant's case in June to open a criminal investigation. Now, remember, they recently just resumed their investigation in December. Grant's lawyers recently amended a lawsuit against McMahon to introduce new allegation evidence. Now, Vince McMahon, he slowly but surely is clearing his name. Now, he paid the money back with the SEC in agreement. Now, the $10.5 million in hush money to the 2 former female employees, that's taken care of. Now, the whole Janel Grant thing, that'd be the next. That's probably the biggest fish he has to take care of next. I would not be surprised if he walks away from that as well. Vince McMahon has been very, very quiet during this whole process. He's been, he hasn't been doing much of anything. He's rarely seen him public. This is like the very few times we've seen him public recently at the Super Bowl. He was out with Undertaker, walk with a cane. He's rarely seen like that. And Vince McMahon has been playing very smart. He's playing a long game. He hasn't been doing anything. Whatever his lawyers advised him to do, he's been doing exactly just that. Whatever he's been advised to do. He's not going overboard. He's not doing anything. He's doing everything he can to clear his name, everything he can to make sure he beat these charges. So the fact that he's beat the 10.5 million of the 2 women, former employees of the hush money, this is definitely a start. Again, the Janel Grant stuff is still going on. He's not clear of that. Just want to notate that again. But I would not be surprised if he does clear of that at some point, because we know they had to pause that to start the criminal investigation. Vince McMahon is slowly but surely making his way to get his name back. He's slowly doing it. He's just taking baby steps, instead of doing making one big massive push. He's doing everything little by little. He's literally doing a cart before the horse, as they say. But this is good. Vince McMahon has a great legal team. He has great people beside him. And he's been doing everything he can to make sure all this stuff is cleared and it doesn't haunt him. Now, I will say this with Janel Grant, however that outcome does come out, whenever that time does come, I will say if he does beat that, or if not beat that, whatever the case may be, however it ends, I will say that it's still going to leave a stain on Vince McMahon's name, because we have to remember this stuff been going on dated back to 2022, and we're now in 2025. And then last year in 2024, it really got hot again with the news. Even though he had started the TKO and, he did the interview of being the executive chairman, he had stepped down from that. We thought he was on his way back into wrestling, but slowly the news came up again. It's just too much. We're in the internet era now, guys. It's not so much the newspaper and print and media anymore. It's internet and it's a social media era. And something just can't be beat. Now, I will say with these moves, I know that The Rock, he's on the board of TKO. He's been involved with WWE a lot lately. Something he normally doesn't do. He's more into his Hollywood career. I'll say if Vince do beat these charges, do not be surprised if The Rock fades out. And Vince is just, which I believe still, that The Rock is the eyes and ears of Vince McMahon as we speak. And when Vince do clear these charges, everything's, settled in the dust, that The Rock will go away and Vince will be lurking around. Because Vince McMahon, it takes a lot for this man to go away. I mean, Vince McMahon's like, he's one of those big, huge pesticides that you can't get rid of. You could do traps, you could get exterminator out, everything. This man just will not go away. And I believe that'll still be the case when it comes down to whenever all these charges are gone and cleared and done. But it still don't change the fact that his reputation, his name, everything he's worked hard for is really going down the drain. His name's not respected like it was anymore. You can't even say, his name is pretty much banned from WWE television. Can't say his name, but I will say I'm not surprised. We've seen him at Super Bowl. We've seen with the whole agreement with SEC. We've seen Stephanie McMahon, his daughter. She was shown at the WWE Royal Rumble 2025 to introduce the show. So those people close to Vince or near Vince, they know that he's working his way to clearing all this stuff and getting his name back. But I don't think his name will ever be the same, whether he cleared charges or not. But I do not see Vince McMahon going to prison. I do not see him doing any serious time for this, whenever all this stuff is done, because he's cleaning stuff up right now as we speak. That's just the whole matter of Vince McMahon, whether you like him or not. Now, the stuff that he's done, do I condone it? Is it okay that he did all the stuff that he's done, over the years? Absolutely not. Not a condone it at all, but Vince McMahon he does some real wild things, but he's working his way to clean it back up. So we're going to see what else happens next with Vince McMahon. In the meantime, he's going to remain and stay quiet. He's going to be advised for his lawyers not to do. But I do know one thing. After all this stuff is done, Vince McMahon will not be the CEO of WWE, running day-to-day operations, making executive decisions like he once did for many, many years, up to 2022. No, that's not going to happen ever again. We have to remember Vince McMahon's up in age. He's 78 years old. He's not in the best physical shape. He's in more frail shape these days. So things will still be ran the same way for the most part in WWE. And that's all I have for Vince McMahon is clear the charges. Why Vince McMahon just cannot be beat. You guys let me know what you think of this recent news with Vince McMahon. Greatly appreciate it. You guys check out the content on the channel. Click the links. Until then, guys, you already know what it is. It's OUT.